Hello and welcome to Greek First Today. Today we're translating the second half of Revelation 3:3. As always, you should be working from this, your reader's edition. And just as in the last video, I'm going to ask you to, if you have it handy, also to take a look at David Allen Black's grammar. We're going to be looking at the subjunctive in his grammar. And also, if you have your cheat sheets from the Greek 1 class, having those handy might be helpful as well. So let's go ahead and start with our slow reading and then move on to our fast reading and then your translation. We have Aeon, un, me, Gregoreses, hexo, hos, kleptes, kai, u, me, gnos, poion, horon, hexo, epi, se. Once more, a little bit faster. Aeon un me Gregoreses, hexo, hos, kleptes, kai, u, me, gnos, poion, horon, hexo, epi, se. So as you go to pause the video here and do your own translation, I encourage you to turn to page 177 in Black, which is going to give you both the forms of the subjunctive mood and the functions or uses of the subjunctive mood, which is going to help you out in your translation. And I'm going to ask some questions about as we move forward. I'm going to ask and answer. Once again, if you do not have this handy, that's okay. You can still engage the video, but it'll be helpful for you to go check your answers on your own to support your learning before I give the answer. All right, so we're going to have our first verb in the sentence right here be a subjunctive. So you do in fact get a parsing note on this one that tells you it's an aorist active subjunctive, second person singular, meaning wake or watch. And remember, the subjunctive mood is the mood of possibility or probability, whereas the indicative mood is the mood of fact, the thing that really happened or is happening or will happen in the future. The imperative mood is the mood of command, telling one to do something. The subjunctive mood is the mood of possibility. Something may or may not happen in the future. The action is sort of contingent, as it were. So looking to page 177 and following in Black's grammar, can you pause and figure out what kind of subjunctive we have with this first one? If your guess was a conditional subjunctive, that is the correct guess. And we have a specific kind of conditional subjunctive, namely a probable future condition. So this is when the author thinks that something will happen in the future, will be realized in the future under certain conditions. So what is going to happen in the future is this right here. So hexo, so this one you're given a parsing note on it, and I actually disagree with the editors of the reader's edition on this parsing note. They tell you that, let's see, this is an aorist active subjunctive, first person singular. I think it's actually a future active indicative first person singular. These they look the exact same. So this parsing information looks exactly the same, or the word looks exactly the same as does the aorist active subjunctive first person singular. But the reason I think they're wrong about this is because this is a conditional statement. And one of the ways to express a conditional statement is to have aeon. Remember, this is the if word that's used with the subjunctive in what's called the protasis, the beginning of the word. And then the future tense in the future tense in the indicative mood in what's called the apodosis, the second part of the sentence. So in conditional clause, you have two parts, a protasis at the beginning and a apodosis on the other side. And the probable probable future condition, that form has in the protasis, and you can see this in Black if you're looking at page 100, and I'm going to just double check to make sure I'm on the right page for you here. if you're looking at page 182, probable future condition, we have aeon in the protasis and the future indicative in the apodosis. And so what we have here is unless, or if, therefore, if you do not repent, I will come hos kleptes, as a thief. And then moving on in our sort of the second part of our sentence here, we have kai ou me gnos. So here you also get a parsing note on gnos, which is going to tell you that it is an aorist active subjunctive, second person singular. And I'm going to ask you the same question. I'm going to ask you to pause and look back to black and see if you can figure out the use or the function of this particular subjunctive here. If you answered emphatic negation, you are correct. That is the right answer. This ou me, the double negative here. Remember, ou is normally the negative that negates something in the indicative mood, whereas me is the negative particle that negates things in the non-indicative mood. But when they're both used together with the subjunctive, it's a way to very strongly say that something is not going to happen or should not happen. And so the sort of result of this is that you will surely not know, and then what you will not know, the object of it, is all of this right here. Poion, what sort of, so this is an adjective modifying horon, our. Notice how it matches it in case, gender, and number, accusative, feminine, singular on both of them. And in this case, it's easier to see that they match because they end the exact same way. You will surely not know what sort of hour, or to condense it a little bit, what hour. Hexo, again, same word repeated here, and in my opinion, the same parsing information repeated. I will come epi se. So right here, a prepositional phrase meaning upon you. So to put it all back together, we have if you do not keep watch, or therefore unless you keep watch, I will come as a thief, and you will surely not know what hour I will come upon you.